The general definition of HVAC is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. However, that is not the way that I use the term. The way I use the term HVAC is heating, ventilation, and cooling. When human beings learned how to use fire, that was HVAC. If you used ice or snow to make something cool, that is HVAC. I don't care if it's where you live, where you work, where you go to school, what you travel in, the food you eat, the clothes you wear. HVAC touches on everything, because HVAC is essentially talking about the way that substances respond to heat and pressure. And if you understand that, not only will you be able to work in this industry, there's a lot of other industries you will be able to work in as well. In the last 14 years, as I said, I've been teaching for this particular exam, New York City Refrigeration Operating Engineer. And if you have that license, then you can get a job as a custodian, superintendent, operating engineer, watch engineer. This course that I'm going to do for you guys is not that course. However, it will put you on the track if you decide that you want to pursue this as a career to get that type of certification. Have you guys ever heard of a school called TCI? They closed up shop and they used to offer a course for refrigeration or HVAC. And at the schools that I worked for before, I would meet a lot of people who went to that school. It was about $13,000 per year. So for a 2-year program, it was about $27,000. And at the end of that 2-year program, most of the people would leave there with basically no skills. Essentially, if you went there and signed up for one of their courses, you would be signing up for some type of financial aid. And if you had to get a loan because you couldn't get grants, you would owe that money, even if you dropped out. And you could not get rid of that debt under any circumstances. Imagine trying to acquire a skill where you go like once or twice a week over the course of 4 or 5 years. Do you think you would get really, really good at it? No. So what I wanted was to have a program where I could train people in an intense way. Everybody here has a smartphone, right? And I'm assuming you all go on what's popular, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all the Twitter, whatever it is. Why can't we do that but learn that way as well? I went to the fire department. I said, I want to do the same exact course where I can train people for these 6-figure jobs, but do it online. I was at a graduation for a friend of mine. He has a coding school. And I like that model where it's like 2 or 3 months and you're working on the stuff constantly and you really, really get into your brain. So I said, okay, let me use this as an opportunity to work with young people. I want to prove that this can work. Because if this can work, then I can do it with other people in your age group. Let me make something very, very clear. You guys will learn in this course about HVAC. You'll learn about the equipment. You'll learn about the principles. You'll learn electricity. You'll even learn how to repair some of this stuff. But it's not about that. This is not about learning how to repair HVAC equipment. What this is about learning about yourself. You will learn how hard you are willing to work to get what you want. That is the only reason to even go to school. You are not there to learn a subject matter. You are learning how to be successful in your life. HVAC is such a broad field. When we talk about STEM in school, science, technology, engineering, and math, HVAC encompasses all of that stuff. You don't have to become an HVAC technician. You can become somebody that designs HVAC equipment, somebody that works on the technological side, somebody that programs the computer, that run the systems that operate the chillers inside of a building like this. This is water that is boiling at room temperature. If I change the pressure, I change the boiling point. The reason why I'm doing a demonstration is to show you, as opposed to just saying this is what happens. Where I start is with this stuff, where you learn to understand the laws of thermodynamics, the relationship between pressure and temperature and how that affects different substances. 75% of our bodies are made up of water. If I can get water to boil at room temperature, that can happen in your body. Human beings cannot work or live or play or do anything unless the pressure and humidity circumstances are with a certain range. As long as you're not within that range, you cannot live. So anywhere you have humans, you have this. I can tell you what's going on in here. You got ductwork, which are metal boxes that are going throughout the ceiling. This is a vent here. It's carrying air, then it's being circulated back up there. I know this stuff because I can speak the language. That's what you have to learn. If you can speak the language, you can choose your role in the industry. But the language is the critical part.